This video has the best Super Bowls from each of the last 5 decades, and I ranked them for you. Number 5, Super Bowl 58 on February 11th, 2024. The 2-point favorite San Francisco 49ers, coached by Kyle Shanahan. 49ers went 12-5 in the regular season, representing the AFC for the second year in a row, and for the 4th time in 5 years, the Kansas City Chiefs, coached by Andy Reid. The Chiefs finished the regular season 11-6. The first quarter was uneventful with a 0-0 score. Moody sets the longest field goal in Super Bowl history with a record of 55 yards early in the second quarter. The Chiefs fumbled 2 times on the next possession, and the 49ers recovered the second one to stop the Chiefs' drive inside the 10. The first half was a defensive battle, but the 49ers score on a trick play to McCaffrey. The Chiefs did answer, scoring a field goal just before the half to make the score San Francisco 10, the Kansas City Chiefs 3. And then Mahomes overthrows a ball, picked off by Brown. The third was another defensive battle, but the Chiefs managed a long field goal to make the game 10-6 in favor of the 49ers. The 49ers made a mistake first. The 49ers muff a punt, giving the Chiefs a short field, where they take advantage and score a touchdown on a Patrick Mahomes pass. The 49ers answer with a TD of their own, but the extra point gets blocked to keep the game a 3-point margin. The Chiefs would then tie the game at 16 with a field goal. The 49ers and the Chiefs would exchange field goals and ending the regulation in a tie. The 49ers win the toss and drive downfield and end up kicking a short field goal to go up 22-19 in overtime. The Chiefs, at their own 34.5-yard line, are in 4th and 1 with the game on the line. A Mahomes keeper easily gets the first down. Mahomes, with his arm and his legs, drive the Chiefs down for a game-winning touchdown for a final Kansas City 25, San Francisco 22. Brock Purdy was 23 for 38 for 255 yards and 1 touchdown. Jauan Jennings had a passing and a receiving touchdown. Christian McCaffrey had 22 attempts for 80 yards. Travis Kelce had 9 receptions for 93 yards. Taylor Swift broke the Super Bowl record for amount of TV time during a game of 4,692. And Super Bowl 58 MVP Patrick Mahomes was 34 for 46 for 333 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and 9 rushes for 66 yards. Number 4, Super Bowl 30. On January 28, 1996, the 12-4 Dallas Cowboys, coached by Barry Switzer, were a 13.5-point favorite over the 11-5 Pittsburgh Steelers, coached by Bill Cowher. The Big Three of Dallas, Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, got off to a fast start. Even Deion Sanders was playing offense. A TD pass from Aikman to his tight end put the Cowboys up 10-0, and the game was looking like a blowout. The Steelers finally showed life on 3rd and 20 and on 3rd and 14, and a strike from Neil O'Donnell to Yancey Thigpen makes the halftime score Dallas 13, Pittsburgh 7. Then Neil O'Donnell throws it directly to the defensive back Brown, which leads to a Dallas TD. After that, the Steelers did go down to make it a score of 10-20. They then, with a surprise onside kick, recover it. A bold strategy by Bill Cowher.
So bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them.
They drive down and score to make it a 3-point game in the 4th. The Cowboys 20, the Steelers 17. The Steelers defense holds and gives the Steelers offense a chance to take the lead. And then, as if it was on instant replay, Neil O'Donnell throws another pick on the same play to Brown once again, setting up the Cowboys on the Steelers' 5-yard line. Emmitt Smith would punch it in and make the final score, the Dallas Cowboys 27, the Pittsburgh Steelers 17. Neil O'Donnell was 28 for 49 for 239 yards, 1 touchdown and 3 interceptions, 2 of those to Larry Brown. Neil O'Donnell ended up with a quarterback rating of 51.3. Bam Morris had 19 carries for 73 yards and 1 touchdown. Andre Hastings had 10 catches for 98 yards. Troy Aikman was 15 for 23 for 209 yards and 1 touchdown. Emmitt Smith had 18 carries for just 49 yards but had 2 touchdowns. Michael Irvin had 5 catches for 76 yards. And the Super Bowl 30 MVP Larry Brown, who had 2 INTs for 77 yards, set up the Cowboys' 2 big scores. Number 3, Super Bowl 23. On January 22nd, 1989, the 7-point favorites, the San Francisco 49ers, coached by Bill Walsh, went 10-6 during the regular season. They were taking on the 12-4 Cincinnati Bengals, coached by Sam Wyche. Even though both teams had great offenses, the defenses were even better. They played to a 3-3 tie in the first half. This is the first tie at halftime in the 23 years of the Super Bowl. It was the Bengals 6 and the 49ers 3 when Romanowski intercepts Boomer Esiason and sets up the 49ers offense just outside the Bengals 20. The 49ers make it 6-6, but that's when the game finally gets exciting. On the ensuing kickoff, Sanford Jennings returns the kick 97 57 yards for a touchdown. Lewis Phillips missed a huge interception opportunity in the end zone, and immediately Joe Montana and Jerry Rice make them pay with a 15-yard TD toss and catch. After a long play to Rice, Mike Coffer missed a 49-yard field goal try, wide right. Jim Breach makes it 16-13 for the Bengals. With 3:10 left in the game, Joe Montana and the 49ers start on their own 7-yard line, down 3. On the arm of Joe Montana, he leads the offense down the field to a touchdown pass to John Taylor, a car salesman in the offseason. A couple desperation passes by Boomer Esiason, and the 49ers win the game. For the Bengals, Boomer Esiason was 11 for 25 for 144 yards and 1 INT. Ickey Woods had 20 rushes for 79 yards. Now here's a guy. Chris Collinsworth had 3 catches for 40 yards. Joe Montana was 23 for 36 for 357 yards and 2 touchdowns. Roger Craig had 17 carries for 71 yards, but also 8 catches for 101 yards. And Super Bowl 23 MVP Jerry Rice had 11 receptions for a whopping 215 yards. Don't forget to click that subscribe button in the bottom right-hand corner, please. Number 2, Super Bowl 49. On February 1st, 2015, the only pick'em Super Bowl that I know of. That's how evenly matched the 12-4 New England Patriots, coached by Bill Belichick, taking on the 12-4 Pete Carroll coached Seattle Seahawks. As a lot of Super Bowls go, not a lot of action in the first quarter, other than a Tom Brady interception in the end zone. Finally, a 9-play, 65-yard drive, and Brady finds LaFell in the end zone for the game's first points. The Seahawks answer with a deep ball by Russell Wilson, and then a 3-yard TD run by Marshawn Lynch to tie the game at 7-7, with 2:16 left at the half. The Pats strike right back on an 8-play, 80-yard drive capped off by a toss and catch from Brady to Gronkowski. Somehow, a couple of runs and a face mask, the Seahawks score in 29 seconds to make it 14-14 at halftime. In the third, Brady throws another interception to Bobby Wagner. Russell Wilson and Marshawn Lynch go to work to go up 10, 24-14. However, Tom Brady would march the offense down the field to make it a 3-point game. Brady does it again on the next possession, 10 plays, 64 yards, and 4 minutes and 45 seconds off the clock. The Seattle Seahawks, down 4, start at their own 20 with 2 minutes and 2 seconds left in the game. A big play to Marshawn Lynch gets them out to midfield. And then one of the greatest catches in Super Bowl history, Kearse gets them 1st and goal at the 5. Let's just take a look at that play again. 1 minute and 6 seconds left in the game, and they hand the ball to Marshawn Lynch, which sets them up for 2nd and goal at the 1.
5. Pass is intercepted at the goal line.
And I'm sorry, but I can't believe the call.
Probably the dumbest play call in Super Bowl history, and the Patriots go on to win 28-24. Russell Wilson was 12 for 21 for 247 yards, 2 touchdowns, and also the dumbest pass in Super Bowl history. Marshawn Lynch was 24 for 102 yards and 1 touchdown. Chris Matthews, working at Foot Locker before the season, had 4 catches for 109 yards and 1 touchdown. Julian Edelman, Rob Gronkowski, and Danny Amendola had 20 catches combined for 225 yards receiving and 3 touchdowns, each having 1. And Super Bowl 49's MVP Tom Brady was 37 for 50 for 328 yards, 4 touchdowns despite those 2 interceptions. Be sure to check out my other video, the top 10 historic Super Bowls. This is linked in the description below, or you can just simply click on it at the end of this video. Number 1, Super Bowl 43. On February 1st, 2009, the 12-4 Pittsburgh Steelers, coached by Mike Tomlin, were a touchdown favorite over the 9-7 Arizona Cardinals, coached by ex-Steelers coordinator Ken Whisenhunt. Ben Roethlisberger opens up the game with passes to Hines Ward and Heath Miller, but settles for a Jeff Reed field goal. The very next drive, it was Ben Roethlisberger doing whatever this is in the typical Ben Roethlisberger fashion, and finished off by a 3rd and 1 run by Russell. The Cardinals offense gets some life with a play to Anquan Boldin. Then Kurt Warner hits his tight end to make the game 10-7. Ben Roethlisberger is picked off before half to set up the Cardinals around midfield. Kurt Warner finally finds Fitzgerald over the middle with 18 seconds left in the half. The Cardinals have 1st and goal at the 2.
From the gun, Steelers show blitz. Here they come. He gets it away, and it's picked off. There's a flag thrown on the run back. James Harrison to run it back. Still on his feet. Harrison is going to go all the way.
With that play, the Steelers go into half up 17-7. In the 3rd quarter, Willie Parker has a nice run to set up a field goal by Jeff Reed. With 11 minutes left to go in the game, the Kurt Warner-led Cardinals start their comeback. Kurt Warner to Fitzgerald for a spectacular catch in the end zone. The Steelers have a 3rd and 10 from their own goal line. Roethlisberger completes a pass over the middle for the 1st down, but there's a holding called in the end zone. This results in a safety, cutting the Steelers' lead to just 4 and giving the ball to the Cardinals. Kurt Warner and Larry Fitzgerald waste 0 time and connect for a 64-yard touchdown, burning Ike Taylor of the Steelers for the 9,000th time this half. And just like that, Arizona down 13 is now up 3 with a score of Arizona 23, Pittsburgh Steelers 20. The Steelers, with 2 minutes left in the game, start on their own 22, down 3. Just like Warner to Fitzgerald, Roethlisberger to Santonio Holmes, Ben picking the defense apart play by play. Then Santonio Holmes sets up the Steelers 1st and goal inside the 10 with under 1 minute left. 1st and goal, the play everyone forgets. Roethlisberger a chance in the left corner to Holmes, can't seem to come down with it. But on 2nd down,
Roethlisberger has time, throws to the back of the end zone, caught for a touchdown by Holmes.
Feet down and control of the ball.
Amazing. 3 Cardinals are there.
with little time remaining, Lamar Woodley strips Kurt Warner, and the Pittsburgh Steelers get away with Super Bowl 43 as the champions, with the greatest play in NFL Super Bowl history and the greatest catch in NFL Super Bowl history. Kurt Warner was 31 for 43 for 377 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, and 1 fumble loss. Anquan Bolden had 8 catches for 84 yards. Larry Fitzgerald had 7 catches for 127 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ben Roethlisberger was 21 for 30 for 256 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Willie Parker had 19 carries for 53 yards. And Super Bowl 43 MVP Santonio Holmes had 9 catches for 131 yards and 1 touchdown.